Hello and very good morning to all of you. Welcome to all of you in today's class where we are going to study about a very significant topic, that is disaster management. Disaster management it also becomes significant during this time of the global pandemic. Okay, so friend, understand for civil services examination how you should approach this particular section. It is a scoring area that if you are well prepared with this chapter. Now the basic question start here, how to study. So we can classify our study into the four important areas. The number one, the terminology aspect. So here you have to study about the terms like the disaster, like crisis, disaster risk reductions, the risk, the management. So all those aspects like vulnerability, vulnerability coefficient. So the terminology, all those understanding will provide the base to cope with this chapter. Second area that you should understand about the legal and institutional mechanism. Legal and institutional mechanism in your country, that is your National Disaster Management Act 2005. It was a landmark piece of legislation because this act provided a unified effort and unification in the mechanism or in system to cope with the entire country to deal with the crisis or the disaster. So you have to study about the National Disaster Management Act 2005. Third area, that is a potential area, you have to study about the international conventions or conferences. The international conferences. The two important conferences which are significant for us, that is Hyogo conference and second your Sendai framework. That is Sendai framework on the disaster risk reduction or Sendai framework. This is an important area. Apart from this, there is a fourth section you should study, that is your miscellaneous aspect. It means interlinkage of this chapter to the polity, to the geography. So the questions like the disaster management is mentioned in second schedule, or let's say the state list of the Constitution of India. So such type of the questions you cannot frame without interlinking the concept with the other papers. So keeping these background in the mind, we would try to cover up all the aspects which are important for the exam as well as relating to this disaster management topic. Friends, we are starting with a very colloquial understanding that when we say the disaster management, that is it a new term? No, the disaster management is part and parcel of your civilization. But what is the unique thing that we are witnessing with the disaster management today? So let us understand with this basic notion. So first of all, let us understand a historical and simply outline of this chapter, an overview kind of the things. Before to start, friend, I would like to share one information that there would be the 3 to 4 lecture on this particular topic. So you go through all the lectures, it will take care about every possible aspect relating to this chapter. So let's begin our today's class. Dear, when we say the disaster, so disaster, that with the very emergence of the civilization, or you can call it with the very dawn of the civilization, the human civilization, that the disaster and the crisis, always be the part and parcel to the human community. It was the human community witnessed the disaster because the disaster is an impact. It is a hazard. So there is a term that is called hazard. Hazard का मतलब क्या होता है कि hazard is something which has a potential to harm. So hazard is defined as an event or a psychological factor. It is an event or the psychological factors which has potential to harm. So the hazard is everywhere. Okay, hazard is always there, like earthquake, okay, tsunami, the cyclones, the landslides, all those are relating to the natural setup, like they are depends on the tectonic plates, tectonic movements, tectonic plates. They are relating to the tectonic plate theory. So that hazard is always there. So hazard has the potential to cause harm. So when that harm is witnessed by the community, it is known as the disaster. So you can call it the hazard is the cause and the disaster, that is the impact. And this impact, it also depends on the other factors like the capacity as well as vulnerability of the community. Vulnerability plus capacity of the community. So the disaster, how you can define? The disaster is an impact which is caused due to the hazard, So it is the impact, and that impact is the witnessed by the community. ठीक है, इनिशियली क्या एफर्ट रहा होगा कि the individual community, or so you can call it the cause. So when that impact was there, the community try to respond. Okay, so individual plus the community try to respond. It depends on the capacity. It depends on the capacity of the individual, the capacity of the government. But with the change in the time and during the 20th century, so there are a lot of the changes across the globe, like the phenomena of the globalization, the information and communication technology revolution. Then there were the climatic change due to industrial revolutions. So worldwide, the phenomena like industrial revolutions, globalization, the technological development, the change in the living standards of the people, all results into what? Change in the nature of the disaster. All the brought into changes in the disaster. So disaster got transformed both in terms of the magnitude as well as intensity. ठीक है, like जैसे COVID-19 का एग्जाम्पल देख लेते हैं हम लोग. So what is this COVID-19? It is a disaster, because now the society, the community is witnessing it. We are facing the hazard, the chaos created by it. And how you can imagine what is the extent of this hazard? It's a global in nature. So pandemic, so magnitude, uska intensity, due to all these phenomena, it has increased a lot. So अब बताओ कि the management of how to manage the disaster, can it be done through an ad hoc way? इसको ad hoc way से manage किया जा सकता है? No, monster है, okay, chaos है. So it requires a strategic plus proactive management. Getting the theme? So the disaster management getting prominent day by day, because the disaster management, it can be defined as it is the art and science of managing the disaster. What is this disaster management? Art and science of managing the disaster. Managing the disaster. Okay. So this is a simple definitions of disaster management. So disaster management, it is a proactive mechanism. It's a cooperative as well as the cumulative effort by all the stakeholders to manage and to cope up with the disaster during and the post phases of the crisis. So the crisis management become the very significant term during the hours. So we are now trying to define that what is the need of a strategic mechanism that is called disaster management, because due to change in the nature of the crisis or the disaster, that it requires a systematic mechanism, and that gave rise to the disaster management. So in simple term, what is disaster management? This disaster management can be defined as the art and science of managing a disaster. And what is the disaster? The disaster is the impact. What is disaster? Disaster is the impact faced by a community caused due to a hazard. And what is hazard? So what hazard is a event or a psychological factors. A event or it is a psychological factor that has the potential to harm. Okay, that have a potential to harm. Potential that have the potential to harm. Potential to harm. तो इस harm को minimize करने के लिए we are required with an effort, and that is the essence of the disaster management. Okay, how the harm can be minimized? How the harm can be minimized, and that give rise to a very important topic, an important term that is called disaster risk reduction. क्या है ये? Disaster risk reduction. What is this disaster risk reduction? What is risk? Risk समझ में आ रहा है? In case of the disaster, risk क्या हो सकता है? Risk is the probability to have harm. Disaster है, if you are not manage it proper, then it definitely cause harm. So what is the probability? So that probability is measured through the risk. Okay, in order to minimize this risk, the focus should be on what? Increase the capacity of the community, to cope with the disaster, reduce the vulnerability. Okay, reduce the vulnerability of the individual as well as the community. So the disaster risk reduction depends on the two terms, the capacity plus the vulnerability. The vulnerability is a subjective term. Okay, it depends on the social, economical, psychological, etc. So the vulnerability depends on the number of other factors. The capacity have to be increased and vulnerability have to be reduced. So the disaster risk reduction is proportional to reducing the vulnerability and increasing the capacity. Okay, so you should remember a formula that disaster risk reduction equal to H cross C upon V. So what does it mean? It means H for hazard, C for capacity, V for vulnerability, okay, and DR for the disaster risk reduction. So you can conclude here that in order to minimize the hazard is the cause. Now due to this hazard, what would happen? There is a risk of the disaster, and how the risk to be reduced can be minimized by increasing the capacity and by decreasing the vulnerability. Okay, now the question started here, how to increase the capacity. So in order to increase the capacity of individual as well as the community, it is the effort of the government, and you can call it the collective effort by the government. The collective effort of the government means you have to make the people aware and sensitive about the disaster, about the occurrence of the disaster. How to make them sensitive and aware? They have to be educated, they have to be trained, they have to be proactively managed during the occurrence of the disaster. So ये सारी चीजें हम लोग देखेंगे अभी subsequent part में कि how these to be undertaken through different institutional as well as the legal mechanism, various early warning system. It all gives rise to the proper awareness and sensitization of the society with respect to coping with the disaster. Okay? Now, to make it more clear, we can define the disaster management that into three parts. So, how to study this crisis management? The crisis management is studied under the three parts, that is during the pre-crisis, during the crisis and the post-crisis. ठीक है, तीन पार्ट में इसको स्टडी करना है कि प्री क्राइसिस में क्या करते हैं जनरली. दैट सेम that reduce the vulnerability, increase the capacity. So it is a part of the pre-crisis management. Okay, so you can write here that what is this? The vulnerability to be reduced plus capacity to be increased. It can be done during the pre-crisis. But if the crisis occurs, let's say hazard occurs and turns into disaster, during this time you have to perform the emergency response. ठीक है, ड्यूरिंग क्राइसिस में क्या करते हैं? इमरजेंसी रेस्पॉन्स. एंड आफ्टर द पोस्ट क्राइसिस दैट इज रिकवरी एंड रिहेबिलिटेशन. रिकवरी प्लस रिहेबिलिटेशन. ठीक है, हैबिलिटेशन उसको ठीक करना होगा. इट इंक्लूड रिकंस्ट्रक्शन, रिकवरी, रिहेबिलिटेशन, रिपैट्रिएशन. ऑल दी थिंग्स हम लोग देखेंगे वन बाय वन. But just to make the understanding, there are the three phases of crisis management. There is the pre-crisis, it is called mitigation phase, where we focus on the reducing the vulnerability and increasing the capacity. ठीक है? During the crisis, it is a part of emergency response. मतलब arrangement करना है medical का, water का, sanitation का. So there is a contingency. Forces should be there. They should be deployed. They should be the people who are that actually there. They have to be provided the immediate facility. All those we will study under the emergency response. And post-crisis, after that, what will happen? That there should be recovery, rehabilitation, reconstructions of the thing, reconstruction of infrastructure. Again, to make the people to bring into and streamlining their process into mainstream development. So post-crisis, you can write here the streamlining again, streamlining to mainstream. Okay, streamlining to mainstream. Now, another aspect that, okay, this is a theoretical aspect, but in order to do these, there requires a system. What is the system? So that is provided through a National Disaster Management Act in the context of India. So it is the National Disaster Management Act 2005. So National Disaster Management Act 2005, let's understand the overview. So National Disaster Management Act actually provided for a unification of efforts. Unification of efforts. Before 2005, that when crisis occur, then it is taken by either state government, okay, central government, they do, but एक coordinated effort नहीं होता था. Okay, we will take up when we are going this topic in detail, but how it provided a unification? It provided a system like in the 3 tier, like the union government, second level it is the state government, and third level it is the district administration. Say at the union government there is an authority that is called National Disaster Management Authority, that is under the Prime Minister. State Disaster Management Authority, it at the state level headed by the Chief Minister, and District Disaster Management Authority at the district level, it is chaired by the district magistrate. Additionally, the relevant secretaries, the secretary relating to the relevant departments and ministry, there is a National Executive Committee. At the state level, there is State Executive Committee. State Executive Committee also helps the DDMA, and it is the district administration that also work with the panchayat and the municipalities. So this is a brief outline about the National Disaster Management Act. It provided for a mechanism. Here it is the Ministry of Home Affairs that coordinate all things. There is an NIDM, National Institute of Disaster Management. There is an NDRF, okay, National Disaster Response Force. So all these are actually provided by the National Disaster Management Act 2005. So friends, this way we should proceed, and we would take up the lecture. Today is an overview kind of the class, introductory class. So tomorrow that we will take up in detail all the various aspects with respect to this chapter. Today we are concluding our class here. First, understand what should be the way that you should proceed, that there are the way to proceed. Like first of all, we have to understand about the various terms relating to disaster. You should clearly distinguish between, sometimes you call it disaster, crisis, hazard, risk reduction, disaster risk reduction. And after that, you understand the legal and institutional framework and mechanism in your country, like National Disaster Management Act, how it coordinates the effort, how it guides the effort during the hours of crisis, and what are the international conventions, Hyogo and Sendai. Here you have to focus. And after that, the miscellaneous aspect, like the national disaster or disaster management, where it is mentioned. Is there any specific and exclusive provision given in the Constitution of India? So you should understand all those aspects. Okay. So tomorrow we will take up with more information, and formally we would start our class tomorrow on this particular topic. So take care. Have a good day.